Hello. How are you? I'm just going to need to check this laptop because he totally fucked with it. What happened to you last night? Father Stone fucked my laptop. Don't often get to say that. How are we all doing? You good, yeah? You're having a fucking great night, man, eh? Poor fella. What about yourselves? Is it all right, eh? Don't look so nervous. I'm not actually a stand-up comedian. I'm not just going to rip you out for ages. However, it's a good thing because there's a lot of fucking material to work with over there. Surprised he's not picked up on it yet. My name's Markey, and I am a PhD student, and I am studying music. That's not a real subject, I hear you say. And you know, in many ways, you're right. Now, I'm studying music, and traditionally in musicology, people have always looked at music as a good thing. It's a positive thing. It's got a social value, a cultural value. It's cathartic, you know? It excites, it relaxes. It assists in breaking up, and it assists in falling in love. Generally speaking, music's great crack. That is, of course, until this happened.
Baby, 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 oh, like baby, baby,
Fuck's sake.
baby, no, like baby, baby,
Sorry.
oh, thought you'd always be mine.
Okay, of course, that was Justin Bieber, the little bollocks. And Ludacris as well. How the fuck did Ludacris end up in that? You know, the gangster rapper. That's got to be all his ghetto street cred gone. He's not going to be licking anyone from their head to their toe after that. Do you know how many songwriters are credited on that song? 5. 5 people wrote that song. 5. Now let's just look into those deep and probing and meaningful lyrics, shall we? We have baby, baby, baby. Baby, baby, baby. Baby, baby, baby. Oh, I wish you'd always be mine, or whatever the fuck he says, right? That's 9 babies. That's a fairly reasonable amount of babies. Anybody would be happy with that. Maybe not yourself. That's 9 babies and 5 songwriters. Do you know what that means? That means one of them was doing half the work that the rest of them was doing. Now, I hope he doesn't get paid as much as the rest. But I'm sure whatever ludicrous amount of money that he ends up getting will be fucking sorted. Do you know, actually, Justin Bieber recently went to the Anne Frank Museum in Amsterdam. He refers to his fans as believers. It's a play on the word believer. A fucking wank is that. He went to the Anne Frank Museum, and he wrote in the guest book that if Anne Frank was still alive, he'd like to think that she'd be a believer. Do you want to know what I think? I think she had bigger fucking things on her plate. Now, that song's pretty annoying, I think we can all agree. But there is something more annoying than that. Of course, that's baby sped up to 4 times the original speed. Purveying the equation that the only thing more annoying than Bieber is more Bieber. But it can, and oh will, get worse than that. Oh! Shit! Fucking hell. It's bad, eh? Oh, that's fucking shit! Oh, man! Oh! Sorry about that. Now, that's kind of what I meant. Hold on, I've got some shit to do. That's kind of what I'm doing with music. Speeding it up for the crack. No, if music can do all those good things that I listed at the start, then obviously music can do a lot of bad. I mean, that was fucking painful. That was actually physically sore. That wasn't fun. That just creeps in through your ears and touches you inappropriately from the inside out. And that's what I'm getting at, because, you know, music can be bad. It can be harmful. And I know this because, I don't know if you've guessed already, but I'm not actually from Scotland. I'm from a little country next to Scotland called Denmark. And in I'm from Ireland. Whee! Particularly the north of Ireland, or Northern Ireland, or Ulster, the 6 counties, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Personally, I like to call it the time machine. Because it's 1972 every fucking day. Do you know anywhere else in the Western world that actually gives a fuck about flags anymore? They just have to go like this. Or just like one big, giant, collected, bigoted bull. And I was sick of all that, you know. I wanted to move away from all that nonsense, you know. I wanted to go somewhere where I could wear green or blue without fear of reprisal. I wanted to go somewhere where I could proclaim my love of a Roman pontiff or a London-based monarch without fear of attack. I wanted to go somewhere where I could sing songs of an Irish Catholic descent or an Ulster Protestant heritage without fear of smacks across the face or dirty looks. So I moved to Glasgow. And fuck me. Everybody in Glasgow hates each other as well. Basically, that's what I'm getting at. And what happened whenever I first moved here was I was walking down the street in the West End and it was raining, of course, and there was an orange parade, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, because I'm from a little small Catholic town, we don't really have a lot of orange parades, and I realised that not only have I moved somewhere where I've got an increased chance of bumping into an orange parade, but I've also moved somewhere where it rains every fucking day. No wonder Glaswegians are so hard, just battling the elements all the time. And basically that's what I'm studying. I'm studying music and sectarianism, because I'm from Ireland and I live in Glasgow. And I'm particularly interested in how people use music, particularly music that they know other people won't like, and what they get from it. And I'm pretty interested in finding out what happens to people whenever they listen to music that they don't want to listen to, or is derogatory about them, their culture, or their heritage, or whatever. I've not actually done a lot yet. I've only started. It's not just sheer laziness. Whenever I have done a lot more research, I'll come back and tell you about it, because no doubt it's going to be fucking hilarious. Now, I did mention the Pope and the Queen. Ho-ho. It's a good place to start, or end, as the case may be. I actually think that the Pope and the Queen, they're very similar, you know. They both sit in thrones in the former seats of world empires in overpriced capital cities. They both have a lot of hangers-on. They both have a press corps who are trying to find out what they're up to all the time. They both have awesome clothes, and a lot of fucking jewellery as well. And of course, they're both the heads of their own denomination of the Christian religion. I think that they have, there are a lot of similarities. I'd imagine if they were to meet up, together, alone, they might have a lot to talk about, I mean, they have a lot in common. Imagine they were there, alone. The sacramental wine is flowing. And one thing led to another. Could you imagine that? If the Pope and the Queen fucked each other? Get a good mental fucking picture. Imagine what the fucking news report would be the next day. It'd be like, the world stood still today as hundreds and thousands of Irish and Scottish people literally exploded on the spot. But I suppose what would interest me more about that scenario isn't necessarily who would go on top, although that would be really fucking interesting. I'd second there'd be some fucking discussion about that. I'd imagine it'd be the Queen, though. She's pretty used to sitting on thrones. But I'd be quite interested in what the music would be in that situation, I mean, I'd imagine it would be pretty obvious that the first thing that would burst out of the skies if that happens would be this. The earth shakes! An eclipse across the sun! Yeah, I'm only messing. They could, of course, go for a more traditional love-making music, I mean, I'd imagine something like this. Yeah. Oh, Your Majesty. Leave your crown on. Oh, shit. It's the Pope rocking out. Oh, Francis. Let me kiss your big ring. If I, of course, could choose the music for that situation, I would have to go for comedic value over anything else. I'd imagine if the Pope and the Queen did decide to sleep each other, and for some bizarre reason they asked me to choose the music for that situation, I suppose if the Pope's going to fuck anyone, it should be the Queen, because he doesn't have to worry about the whole artificial contraception thing. She is about 120. Although if anyone's going to impregnate the Queen, it'll be the Pope. He's probably got a lot saved up. But if I were to choose the music for that situation, it would have to be this. Imagine! They'd have to do it quickly! It would be class! Imagine! Oh, that was fucking dark. Shit. Here, I'm sorry about that. Thanks very much. I'll see you all soon.